Now, a couple of years ago, I sort of accidentally found a sort of website on Facebook specifically focused on a character called Goldheart. And for a little while, I wasn't sure if this was a real connection to the villainous universe or this is just sort of a fan made one. Of course, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the villainous show, you have two or three different layers of storytelling. The first layer is the regular show you watch on whatever streaming service you have villainous, and the second one is sort of online, specifically on Twitter, Facebook, or somewhere else. And the original two characters you follow of the first series is basically Phenomena and Messit, because that second layer, if you see the original show, you understand some of the conversation, what sort of things they say, even more if you choose to follow it. This is the same reason why people thought the Facebook of Golden Heart was maybe real till you realize it wasn't even that. The art style was pretty close to the original. But be that said, it was sort of semi popular. It was popular, you're sort of aware in the community, but it's something that you just wasn't sure what this show or this account was actually going. Because you follow Goldheart himself, his sort of daily routines, but at the same time you find out sort of something creepy going on behind the scenes. You wasn't really sure about it. And that's the thing that made it sort of kind of interesting to understand who is this version of Goldheart or the fan version of this. Of course, I wanted to make this video a long time ago, in fact almost 30 years ago. The reason I never did it is because Eddie Chimichangas, who is basically another YouTuber from the villainous fandom who got it first to make the video, and I thought, well, I gotta take my time. I gotta wait a couple of weeks. The couple of weeks became a couple of months, a couple of years, until right now I decided to actually do it. Because the reason why is because this sort of Pacific channel, they sort of died out. That they stopped posting until 2024 I mean, and nobody knows why. Maybe the creator got a little bit tired of making them, because it's sort of hard to tell a narrative story and keep it interesting and keep the lore as accurate as the original one. But that being said, I will sort of break down the sort of the storyline they give out almost beat by beat, but at the same time sort of kind of like summarize it. I'm not gonna show you the post, I'm just gonna show you the image of what's going on and just make it a summary, a quick connection. If I do it step by step, this could be basically an hour long or maybe 2 hours, and I chose to not to do that, so I'm gonna summarize everything in a few words and possibly can. Of course, before I get started, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, the reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, like to help my channel, put a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's fine. If you do, thank you, because of you, I'm getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I'm getting close every single day because of people like you. People put like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now let's get started off the breakdown of the Goldheart Facebook account and what actually happened of this storyline, specifically of fan main one. Well, you'll start with at least the first one, introducing Goldheart, his daily routine, waking up, eating bread, showing socks that fans give him, and just sort of how the things going on. But something very weird actually happened that he found or post. He saw this sort of kind of sticky note of a love-shaped Goldheart version saying hashtag I love you. Basically, initials H. That the thing is, he doesn't know who broke on his house and leave this sort of sticky note here. Just sort of very weird. He doesn't remember this is the one who bring in a fan letter. He wasn't really sure, so he just continued his routine. He's just talking to little kids, posting, showing like regular things we do, till later on something else creepy happens. Because if you keep going of this sort of storyline, you do realize little by little it's just sort of introducing Goldheart's life and he's sort of humble how he is, what he's doing, and some sort of more deeper thought of him. But this is the creepy things start to happen. It's like someone took his phone, and took photos when he's asleep and posted on his Facebook account that he quite literally never posted. And this is the thing, it started to creep him out, because how someone who actually dared to actually go in his own home and do this. And he is not aware. He's not sure what's going on, especially he found another sticky note saying the same thing. And he posting, yeah, he's starting to be creeped out. But he sort of noticed this a later on doing his day routine, showing more deeper meaning, like he's doing Christmas, sitting down alone, like he feels he needs someone to talk to or something. And that's something he does once in a long while of his sort of posting on Facebook, till he found some fan letters and another letter like shaped like a heart kind of half, and that's starting to freak him out a little bit more, till he just do his routine, going in different cities, showing, till he finally realized who is the person who basically breaking his own home. It's basically this sort of fan girl who really loves his work, who wants to be his assistant, his right hand man, his basically sidekick. And Goldheart like guess this is okay. He tried to play off like, all right, maybe you could be useful. I just don't know. Let's play along with this. Let's see what happens. And she does. She's a hardcore fan who willing to do help anything to Goldheart. And she's just sort of cheery, a fangirl. That's sort of I follow you anywhere, kind of geekish type of girl. And you see him and her doing routines, doing paperwork, till he found something interesting, like showing some of the work he does and also how strong he really is. There's one image that is a character that is not official name, I don't remember the name, it's like a new original character fighting him, but he did the meme of Megamind, like how Megamind fought Titan and Titan didn't feel the punch kind of vibes. And that's basically what happened. And he do regular routine. The only problem is he is sort of overworked, getting tired, but finding little paperwork notes and also kind of expanding the universe, because he found sort of some paperwork about island, about the backstory, and yes, some of the things they reference on this fan made page do actually comment some lore from villainous, specifically Creepy Charlies. If you don't know who Creepy Charlie is, Creepy Charlies is a very fan made, not a fan made, very hardcore character. You have to be a hardcore fan to realize who she is. If you don't know, she's sort of, I like to call her sort of kind of like Lois Lane or April O'Neil type of character, that she is sort of a reporter, more like a more modern take of it, that sort of YouTuber, or this case a Tumblr or slash a blogger in a way. In fact, she is definitely a blogger who basically updates on her own blog about what happens in the villainy universe and her point of view, what this is. And they do represent some of the things she says of that page. But although that, it just sort of continue on doing his day routine, doing paperwork, helping others, helping other heroes, till he's kind of visits certain places of the range of the show, like when a character who trying to be Black Hat or fake Black Hat or handsome Black Hat kind of attacks this other hero. They actually visit that specific location. He also continued visit other things, also mentioning that this version of Goldheart is sort of gay. To be honest, some fans do believe Goldheart is gay. At least that's what's the very beginning of the theories when the show introduced Goldheart. So it makes sense why this fan kind of do this sort of own a take of Goldheart being gay, but not being forced, just sort of naturally little things he does that, yeah, he's definitely gay. But besides that, there are other things trying to notice, like the rear image breaking down, showing in the Facebook of Goldheart this sort of mad person reappearing in the photo, that once more Goldheart does not understand what's going on, but he continued on his life. And for a little while, her sidekick, she's basically took over and for a couple posts that saying, oh, everything's okay, go ahead and take a little break, we could doing the same thing and continue on and re-showing of Goldheart being okay, till something else happened. That there's a photo of Goldheart just standing in the sun, being sort of kind of lazy in a way till the photo gets corrupted that we don't know this is another storyline kicking in or something is going on behind the scenes or something broken inside is coming up of Goldheart. And that's just sort of interesting in other words, but we don't know. Of course, later on little posts, there's something that a lot of people, if you're a fandom, knows. This specific character, Eddie, reappears in the post. Yeah, someone put a wanted poster of Eddie. Basically, $1 million will hunt down the guy. That yeah, the same guy I talked to the very beginning. Like he made the video, and I think he's the one who kind of made it more self-aware in the community that this Facebook account exists. I guess this is sort of a hello, I know you exist sort of moment. But all of that is just the daily routine of Goldheart, the celebration of Mexico, the celebrate that the new storyline of the original series saying, yeah, Goldheart trying to do a new thing in the fandom. In other words, this is officially canon. He's trying to stop villainy to grow, be a hero kind of speech or program he's trying to do, and they really connected in the whole page or the whole storyline of this fan version. And this is the last couple of posts he posts, basically doing normal things, exercising, posting till he does the last four posts very odd and interesting. The one of the final posts that he going in a cave, and this cave he posts, he sees something odd, but he's not sure. What do you think? If you don't know, or if you're not in the fandom, this is specifically what Creepy Charlie points out. A photo she leaked in her blog account that is an image is super hard to see. You have to light it a different way to see something inside it. It's sort of almost like a beast or dead body in a way. It's sort of hard to describe. You have to see it yourself to see it. The next image of the last four is basically found basically a beanie, specifically Creepy Charlie beanie. We don't know in this version she died, or the fact this is a beanie for the other strangers who actually went before Goldheart. Now the last two images, it's just sort of weird. That's saying, yeah, this is basically the end, in other words, but it's sort of kind of cryptic, in other words. That yeah, like all good things had to be done. In other words, the part of the doctrines or something like that. It goes some random BS, but at the very end, this is saying basically goodbye, in other words. And the last image is just him flexing his muscles, saying goodbye, in other words. Not exactly goodbye. This is the year, in other words, or YOLO, whatever you prefer to say it, in other words. But that's basically what happened of all this storyline. It was sort of interesting. Like they wanted to do something fun, over top, almost creepy pasta, in other words. But at the very end, they chose not to, or because they got tired of it. Because you see it, it was basically posting little things here or there to make something some dark twist. What happened to this version, Goldheart, maybe loses his mind, but they never went for it. I don't know. They decided to do this, or they're trying to copy some things of the original IP of villainous. They're trying to make it creepy, cryptid, but they just didn't know where to go, so they decided to just unplug it. But the very end is a very fun read. It is kind of creepy pasta, but completely falls into sort of kind of wholesome slice of life. In other words, it's a really good read. In other words, if you like sort of slice of life, sort of kind of dialogue or a book story. In other words, but that's all I can say because it is kind of fun to go with this. It was actually really interesting. Of course, I don't know if this is officially the end. Nobody knows. This is continue on. Maybe they're rewriting some storylines later on, figuring out how to connect everything. Because let's face it, doing a online posting storyline is sort of difficult because it's a completely different way telling a story. You have to leave enough gap to reinterpret the situation and continue on. But yet, this is still very fun. I highly recommend it. It's something that you do have a fun time. Just be warned, everything in Spanish, but you can actually translate to English. Just put a translate post down below. Usually it pops up below the dialogue. If there's a completely different language, it really automatically recognize your phone saying, oh, This is American, translate this to English or something like that. It's just like translating post or translating language in other words. And all of that, that's all I can say. I don't know, have you heard about this specifically account of Facebook? Do you wear this exists or not? Tell me down below, let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.